Mansfield, today it is a Thursday, and that means it's time to travel, babies. Now, we've had the slow opening up of different markets. One of the first to open up, in fact, was Mauritius, and we were one of the first to report on that particular one because it happened as we were going to go to air for the travel show. So at that stage, we were talking to the people from Air Mauritius about what their plans were flying back into Mauritius at that time. But now I think it's time to start looking at specific venues around the world that South Africans can get to. And we're going to return to Mauritius. And that's why we're joined on Mansfield today on the travel show by an old friend of Mansfield today, Etienne Walters, who's the sales manager at Beachcomber. Hello, Etienne, how's it?
How's it, Jeremy? Lovely to be on the show. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you again too, my matey. Okay, let's hone in on Mauritius and specifically a resort. What resort are we going to pick out here today? Come on.
Okay, so initially I thought of Tro Beach, which is one of our most well-known and one of our best family resorts. If you look at the 5-star range. Otherwise, I will also mention Victoria, which is really one of our most popular family resorts in Mauritius.
Okay, well, let's stick to that family thing now. I mean, is it too late to make bookings for Christmas? Because we are, we're sort of mid-October. Yeah, you know, there's not a hell of a lot of time left. There's only like sort of 8-9 weeks left before you've got to travel.
Yeah, I think a lot of clients first wanted to see if the borders, in fact, would open on the 1st of October, which it did. We've already sent quite a lot of clients over, which is really fantastic. We've gotten some great feedback. People are doing aqua aerobics in the mornings. The restaurants are nicely being supported. So for December and for Christmas especially, we are probably going to have one of our best Decembers in the history. I think everybody wants to, is desperate. The South Africans just want to get out of the country. Mauritius have always been a very safe destination. You know, there's hardly or there's basically never any political instability. And it is really, really safe. I mean, especially for family travel, kiddies, it doesn't matter what ages they are. We were a bit limited with flights for December, but Air Mauritius is actually adding some more flights. They're going to literally fly every single day from the 7th of November onwards. So we're expecting some more flights from them. And then also SAA. We are really excited that SAA is also going to start flying soon. So at least with the additional seats, we'll be able to make your booking to your favorite Beachcomber resort.
Okay, let's just look at that whole family environment there, because I think, I may be wrong here, but I think that is probably the primary target market of the Mauritian tourism sector is the family thing, because you guys are orientated towards families.
Yes, family business or family travel is really a huge chunk of our business. I would say sometimes as big as 70%. Then obviously there's some couples. It's always nice for couples, whether it's a honeymoon or a wedding anniversary couple. We've been seeing a lot of big groups also, maybe big wedding groups. We like wedding specialists, which is, it's just nice to rock up. And I mean, you've been to Paradis not too long ago. You just see that they literally do everything for you. So we do that. That is part of our service, whether it's a family, whether it's a couple, whether it's a bunch of families traveling together with their kids. It really just depends on the resort that suits you and that suits your needs. But generally, all our resorts, even Royal Palm, our flagship, they're all geared for families. So it really depends on the budget and also what the clients expect. If they expect 5-star, 4-star, we've got it all.
Etienne, as far as families are concerned, when it comes to that, over a time like Christmas, and even, I suppose, because a lot of people were not certain what borders were going to be open, and they may have made other plans to possibly travel locally over Christmas. They would now be looking at maybe going over Easter or the Easter school holidays as well. But at special times like that, how do your hotels make it a little bit more special for the guests and the families that are there?
That's a very good question. So yeah, you know what, generally there is a lot to do at the resorts. They put a lot of effort in actually throughout the year. I mean, every evening the buffet restaurant would be decorated differently. There's all these different themes. The entertainment ranges from a quiet Sunday night to quite a jewel on a Friday or a Saturday night, for instance. So there's a lot of things. All the motorized water sports are always free. There's a lot of things that is genuinely and always included. So during those high peak periods, like let's say Christmas, New Year's, Easter, those are the two prime season times in the year. And yes, the prices are a little bit more compared to June, July, or in low season. But also there is a lot of pressure on the resorts to perform because the guys do spend a little bit more and they generally expect a little bit more. So there's a lot of decor that they would bring in that they wouldn't normally bring in when it's like not prime season. There's a lot of activities. For instance, I've seen on the social media the couple of years that's passed, like they will literally, a Santa Claus at Cannoneer, our 1 4-star, would arrive on the beach on a horse with a bag of gifts and like gift the kiddies from the kiddies club. So, and also all the resorts have got different things that they do, and they're kind of all in competition. So they all want to outshine each other. So you'll get like when it's New Year's Eve, you'll have like lobster on the buffet, or they'll have a lobster barbecue on the beach, or it's just, like dance shows that's on steroids. So there's a lot of extra things that we do include. Those are just extra.
Okay, now talking about things that you do include, the one thing that I like about the Beachcomber offering is that you guys give the choice to the particular traveler whether you want to have it all inclusive, as in all of your drinks and all the rest of it, which I was with you at Paradis. I would heartily suggest you do, because that's otherwise it can get out of hand with the bill at the end of the day. But you do have those different offerings available, don't you?
100%. So we're not a big fan of B&B, bed and breakfast. Some of our 5-stars have those options, but generally you would go half board, or we obviously definitely suggest all-inclusive. I mean, if you look at some of the 4-stars, you're looking at maybe 550 Rand or so per adult per day. If it is a big family, it does look like quite a big chunk that you are paying more. But the thing is, you would pay 240 Rand for a cocktail, and some people can have like 10 during sunsets. I know, Jeremy, you like your Phoenix beer. I mean, those things you can also have quite a couple of every day, and then evening your wines. I mean, it's not just alcoholic beverages. You get your coffees, your teas, your waters, soft drinks, juices, virgin cocktails. All of those things will add up. And it is just sometimes sad to see, let's say, a honeymoon couple, and they go and check out everything on the menu. They have to convert the prices the whole time. You see them going to the reception asking, where's the extra bill at? You know what? Just take the plunge, pay for the all-inclusive, and then you can just go and sit up with your feet. If the cocktail is not to your liking, I'm sure they always taste amazing, but you can just order another one, or order a different one, or work your way through the menu. That is really good value for money at the end of the day. And also, we don't discriminate. So if your meal plan, a lot of other resorts, you have to be on the all-inclusive, and then you can get kayaks, or then you can do snorkeling trips. Not at Beachcomber. If you at the resort checked in all the activities, all the facilities, all the water sports are always included.
Okay, we'll get onto those activities in a moment. Just to stick though with the menus and the drinks and all that, the rest of it. I suppose especially, and we sort of concentrating here on families. From a family point of view, that also makes sense because you know that the kids can go off and they can do their activities for the day. I think probably at the vast majority of your resorts where there are families, the kids will wake up early in the morning and thank the dear Lord you won't see them for the rest of the day because they go off and do their own thing. But then it does mean that you have a variety of restaurant areas that you can go to as well.
100%. So yes, all our resorts have got kiddies clubs. That's for ages 3 to 11. And then the resorts that I have mentioned, Victoria and Beach, and also Cannoneer for that matter, have got teens clubs. Those are the clubs for the 12 to 17-year-olds. Then we also have baby rooms at the 4 stars. So that is a self-service baby net room where you can like sterilize the equipment. There's some purities and fruit that you can prepare. Otherwise, the chefs also make baby food. So they make proper pureed and vegetable food for babies. Otherwise, on the activity side, I know a lot of parents, they do want to spend a lot of time with their kids while they're on holiday, because if you're busy at work, you maybe don't see your kids all the time. But the option is there, and that is, at the end of the day, you might not go there every day, but if the adults want to maybe go for a massage or maybe go do a scuba diving, the kiddies club is always there. And they also don't just keep the kids inside. It's almost what the adults can do. The kids are going to have just as much fun. They do crab hunting on the beach. And it's not just to keep them busy and to play with them. It's also very educational. So they will sometimes let them decorate their own pizza or cupcakes, or they will plant like little herbs to teach them about planting and all those things. And then, yeah, there is obviously, depending on the age of the kids, they will obviously have different things for 5-year-olds to do versus a 10-year-old, for instance. So they've got a lot of staff. There's also babysitting. Yeah, it's just amazing that everybody is happy and everybody is being taken care of. It's not just the adults that we're focusing on. All the clients' ages are going to be entertained.
From an activities point of view, they do range very, very, very radically between different resorts. What sort of general activities do you have, and what sort of activities would you have to pay for over and above?
Yeah, you know what? For the kids clubs, they won't really have to pay for anything. I mean, like for teenagers, sometimes they will have a private teenager snorkeling trip. Sometimes they go picnic on a little island right off the beach. It really depends on the resort. I mean, the ones I've seen, it was rainy the one day, and they literally took the teenagers to a close by mall to go and play 10-pin bowling. So they really improvise, and like I said, most things they try and keep outdoors. Yeah, like otherwise for teens, at the teens clubs they will DJ or they'll play foosball, or there's always like Wii or like Xbox or whatever, those things. But the entertainers will play volleyball with them, or they'll rather do something outdoors. But from little kiddies doing face paints and paint with their hands, and they make little Sega dresses, and they actually rehearse a little show, and in the evening, when there's the entertainment's actually on, then there goes all the kiddies. They've prepared something in the day, and the parents can't believe they're actually a part of this show with little dresses that they've actually made themselves in the day. So it's really fun. It's really special. And like I said, for all ages, not just very young kids or whatever, it doesn't matter. Yeah, a lot of activities.
Before we wrap it up, let's briefly talk about the the off-season sort of
Sure.
area, because there may be a lot of people who may be homeschooling their kids at as a result of COVID, and they've got used to that now, or there are people who don't have kids and would prefer to go off-season because it is cheaper, and it's not as full. When is the sort of off-season, would you say, coming up in the next 6 months?
Okay, so generally low season would be from May until the end of September. That is really when it's low season in Mauritius. So that's when the Europeans have their summer. So I know August is quite a popular month for Europeans, but otherwise for South Africans, it is literally June, July. It's like super low season, where, you know what, the weather is crap in South Africa. It's lovely in Mauritius. If you especially travel in winter, just stick to the West Coast. Our competitors are still quite angry at us because we started saying about more than 20 years ago, West is best. But you can Google it, go do your research. You want to be on the West Coast of Mauritius, especially in winter. So yeah, we've got all those things going for us. We've got a lot of great specials also for low season, especially currently we've got a 30%, a 35% actually discount, and that is to travel until November next year. And that is also bookable until the end of this month. So that is just going to make that low season even cheaper. And for the families, if you want to get away in a cheap school holiday, June, July, school holidays would be the cheapest school holiday times that you'll get. Our hotel rates, that is still the land, if you want to look at it like that, that is still very, very affordable. The airfares are sometimes a little bit more expensive when it's school holidays, but June, July, on the West Coast, you can't go wrong.
Thank you. Some great advice there. Etienne Walters, who's the sales manager of Beachcomber. Thank you very much for joining us on the Travel Show on Mansfield today. It's been a fascinating little insight, and I'm sure that you would be able to find out more details at www. Etienne, what is is it Beachcomber Tours or is it beachcomber.co.za?
Our website is just beachcomber.co.za. And then we are the preferred for all the travel agents. So just pop into your local travel agency down the road. A lot of travel agents actually work from home also these days, but there's still a lot of retailers out there. Some of the bigger ones are actually recruiting again. So it's just awesome to see travel picking up, more destinations opening for South Africa. Yeah, I know we've been hit hard, but it was worth the wait.
Thank you, Etienne Walters from Beachcomber. So there we go. Start making your plans, baby. I'm making mine, and I'm already getting scared because I know I'll have to go for a medical when I come back, and that's the scariest part of going to Mauritius, to be honest. It's been great to have you on the Travel Show. Thank you for joining us. Remember, if you enjoyed the show, hit subscribe and you could win that massive hamper from Russell Hobbs, which will be drawn on the 7th of November by Chef MLK right here on Mansfield Today. Until tomorrow, when we talk motoring, cherry bye.